It's 2021. The era of the big German naturally aspirated engine is long gone, and most of the videos you'll find on YouTube will have been filmed during its demise, a long time ago. And after new turbocharged machines being released and accepted, do we really miss these types of cars? Do we really yearn for a big 6.2 litre V8 engine with 507 horsepower, 610 Newton meters of torque that revs all the way up to 6800 RPM and shares its forged pistons, connecting rods and crankshaft with the mighty SLS? Of course you miss these engines, can you hear that? Oh my word. How can you not miss an engine that sounds like this? It's just, it's a gem of an engine, man. Merc claimed 0 to 100 in 4.1 seconds with this car, but being rear wheel drive, whichever way you cut it, 507 horsepower going to the rear wheels is not a little amount of power, so to get a good time from 0 to 100, it's going to be a little bit tricky if we're being honest. This is such a nice car to drive. AMGs generally have a reputation for being big power slidey cars and not that great at handling. That's not the case with the C63 and especially the 507. It feels really planted. It feels really planted, and the steering is actually one of my favorite parts on the car, because not only is it sharp and direct, but you get really good feedback from it. You can feel even the textures of the road. It's not over intrusive, but generally cars in this class like an M3 and RS4, the steering isn't as good as this car, because it just gives you the feedback that you don't get from those. In this car we've got the same 7-speed multi-clutch gearbox as you would get in the same C63s of facelift models. Not the fastest, but it has a little bit of a mechanical feel to it. So it's not slow, it's by no means a drawback to the car, I would say. You just got to learn to shift a little bit earlier, but it definitely gets the job done. Further changes over the standard 63 besides the internals we've mentioned earlier are high performance compound brake discs that are actually ventilated and perforated. They not only make the car brake better, but also reduce the weight of the car in total, and a better ECU tune to get all of those extra 56 horses out. Oh, and LSD was an option as well, and this one has it. The subtle differences you get on the 507 over the regular C63, there's a few of them. Let's start with these 19-inch specific alloy wheels. You don't get them on the regular car. The next thing is actually this bonnet. Not only does it look different with scoops, it's actually made of aluminium, weight savings. You've got a little bit more of a blacked out front end with a blacked out grille, and then we move to the back. You have a blacked out spoiler that you don't get on the regular car. Other nice touches you get on the inside that remind you you're in a 507 is a Alcantara wrapped steering wheel. You get some carbon fiber effect on the trim also. Your gear selector has a little AMG badge on it. That's a nice touch. And finally, a little official 507 badge. You cannot drive a 507 or even any of these W204 C63s and not have a smile on your face. A lot of people say you're buying these engines and you're getting the car for free, because I mean, it's just something else. You can't put your finger on it, but it feels special. Obviously, objectively, new cars are better. They're more fuel efficient, they're faster, they have less lag, they're better objectively, as we said, but not necessarily in a certain characteristic. And that's a characteristic that you can't just improve on. And that characteristic is putting the biggest smile on your face. And the 507 delivers that in bucket loads.